Hey, welcome back, scrappers. Today I've got a condenser unit from just an air conditioner condenser unit. Gonna tear it down, clean it up. Trash there. Always one of the first things I try to do is cut the plug off. Nice thick cord on this one. Get a bucket over there. Got quite a few Phillips screws on it. Phillips head. Got some beautiful weather today. So 77 degrees somewhere in that area in here. Got a wheelbarrow sitting there to throw everything into. Just kind of walk around and look and find all your screws. Pretty much most every one has to come out of there. If you have a condenser unit like this, don't try to lift it up on the table yourself, they're too heavy. I used a 1-ton chain hoist. Okay, that's disconnected. Now what I like to do is these lines cut off the compressor. And let me see. Check this one here coming off this with a magnet, so I know about where to cut it. I'm just getting copper, not steel. I'll use a minute before I get this out of there. That's loose there, but it's okay. I got some screws holding it right there. Yeah, sometimes you just got to hunt around. Hope you can get to them. These little copper noodles in the way. That fan kind of in the way of getting that whole thing. See if I can get to that bottom one. Okay, got that one. I got it. There we go. Okay, we still got copper attached on this side, copper tubing. So, okay, I guess it's not actually attached. Okay, there's that piece. Gets us in where we can see what we got a little better. There's a bucket over here I can throw this copper into until I get time to clean it up. Have a nut on the end of that. Not sure what size. So I got a 9/16 socket here, see if that fits. No, probably about 5/8. Not sure if I got a 5/8 handy. Yeah. The other thing is, I don't know if that's, yep, left-handed thread, huh? Right, look at that. Okay, put that back on my container. Sockets back like I got them, so. Question, will that come off? I got one screw there. Finally got holding that down, but I don't know if I can get that with the Phillips or not. It looks pretty rusted up. It'll probably strip. Yeah. So I'm going to have to just cut that one, I guess. And this fan blade's kind of in the way. I'm not sure if I can tap it out of there. It's moving. There we go. Plastic. Get that out of the way. Okay, now what I'm going to do is just grind the head of that screw off. I should get this plate here out of the way. Tangled up there. Of course, the grinder I got's got a cutting disc. Okay, another one over there. The nice thing about scrapping, you can cut them off because you don't have to worry about putting it back together. That one wasn't rusted up. I was able to get it out. A little more shred for the tin pile. Okay, got that cut. This foam stuff, take a box knife and cut it, because a lot of times it's glued on there, so that takes a little bit of work sometimes. Got a 5/16 holding it here. And of course, anytime I get a strap like this, I like to check it. It's not sticking. So that's probably stainless steel. So I'll set it aside, put it in my stainless. I'll do a spark test on the grinder first, and then, which I seriously doubt it's aluminum. I got a couple more 5/16 right up there. Those I think are quarter, but they also have a Phillips. I'll put a 1/4 inch bit on it and take that off real quick. Well, maybe not. Guess I'll have to use Phillips. Yeah, let me see. I'm going to cut the bottom of this tube here on the side. I'm not sure if you guys can see it from that angle or not. I'll give you kind of a close-up view here. I'll step around the other side and cut it. Get this piece of copper tubing out of the way. Yeah, I said this is a condenser unit, but it's actually a window unit. It does have the controls over here, and well, I'll show that later. Yeah, getting a little oil down there. I probably should have waited until I had that out of there and I could put it over my tank. I think I will wait on that. Let's see, is that 1/2 inch or 7/16? 1/2 inch. Okay, I'm going to try to half inch socket, get a couple extensions here. Let me back out so you can see what we got. I'll wait and cut that a little bit where I can get it over my bucket. Right now I'm going to try to get in here and get these screws. Not sure if you can see both of them. I know you can see the one. I guess I could have put the drill on this thing and done it a little faster, but this one here I could have easily got with a wrench. Then this little screw on top, I'm not exactly sure what size that thing is, but so a lot of times instead of hunting for a socket, it's probably about a 5/16. Break it loose with the pliers and just do it by hand if you can. If not, continue with pliers or crescent. That's trash. Also noticed on this, a little different, had a little motor right over here on top, which is kind of different. I don't think I've ever seen one up here. Two small Phillips screws. Kind of tight fit for that little extension on there, but that's a little bitty motor. Not sure what the purpose of that was, but I'm not a repairman. Get the camera back around here, and what we're going to do is set that, get my bucket over here, get it clear. Had a compressor on the drain bucket, so I had to move it. I'm going to take this into the other room, set it on the drain bucket, let it drain, and then I'll come back and cut that little thing off there later. Okay, I'm hooked up on that little motor. Back in a second, just a few feet away. Okay. Got most of it down. A little ways to go. Wipe the oil off the tools. Got a bucket in there for those little micro or little motors. Trying to fit this all back in the view. Not sure if there's much more to see on this side. Back up a little bit more. One more screw way down here. Let me get my head out of the way. Small circuit board in there. It's got a few screws holding it. I don't know if this bit will get those screws out or if I'll have to go to a number one. It's backing that one out. Couple little chips on this board, but might be considered a medium grade, maybe, I'm not sure. So one thing I really haven't gotten much into is a e-waste, e-scrap. So something I need to learn, but I thought I'd get a lot of boards built up first, and then go from there. Then try to get online and try to start getting pictures of them and finding out what's low, medium, and high grade circuit boards. I do know the highest grade ones are the like the RAM and motherboards. There are a couple little chips there that I think might be worth something. Penny or two at least, huh? Okay, we've got another screw down underneath. I do have several outside AC condenser units. Wife likes hollering at me right in the middle of a video. She bought a little kind of western decorative thing at the auction last night, and got a few spiders in there. I'll grab the Raid. And this can's about empty too. Let's get some more Raid. You flip that spider there. I guess that one's dead, but it didn't move. I can pull. Yeah, I guess not. I was hoping I could pull them wires through there. Okay, so we got the motor wire. That's probably what's holding it. I can probably cut it right there and then pick the rest of that up later. Get that piece out of the way at least. There we go. Got a little transformer there, so I'll go back and cut all them wires loose later, so I can throw that in the wire barrel. I'll sit on for the moment. Now, okay, I'm seeing another screw up front here. Kind of like we're peeling this thing off in layers. Take a couple screws out, take a piece off, and it exposes another screw. Take it out, take a piece off, and it exposes another one. I see nothing holding this metal plate here. There we go. Not sure what those are. Look like some kind of little berry or something in there. Okay, and like the other one, I've got a couple screws up in there. Sometimes you can't use it well, you gotta just get a handheld or get a long drill bit. I used to have a couple long ones, about 4 inches long. I'm not sure whatever happened to them. And now, basically, I can just start snipping some of this copper lines. Get this other piece of copper out of here, copper tubing. I'm getting a little cough from all those weather changes around here. Everybody on the West Coast probably getting a cough from all the smoke. Yeah, this foam is really sticking to this piece of copper, so I'm just using a box knife to kind of cut it off of there. And to clean it up better for number one, I'll take it into the wire wheel. I'll take a minute on there. But that's a nice little hunk of copper there. So that's out of the way. This will come right off. think I can put this in low grade wire. Put that over there with that one. I got a nice aluminum housing on that motor. Another spider. I'm liking this unit. Okay, what do we got? We got a little clamp lock on that. See if I can lower this down and zoom in on it for you guys. Not that it's exciting to see or anything, but got that little stubby screwdriver might get in it, but it's probably too tight for a stubby. I think it's about a 3/8. Something like that. So nope, it's about a 5/16. And let's see if I got a 5/16 out here. Here's a 9mm. Oh, that's too big. I think I got a 5/16 opening right here. Yeah, no, it's a 3/8. Okay. I may have to go into the other room and get one. There's a 5/16. It's one wrench I don't use a whole lot of. Is that little 5/16. There, she broke loose. This has been out in the weather, so I don't know how rusted the shaft is. The other one came off pretty good though. I need to get a spray bottle for my WD-40. Gotta take the wife into town later anyway and get some dog food and whatnot, so stop at all the shorts I'm doing. Forget the prying, just grab the back shaft and just came right off of there. I got a little clip here. Yeah. Get a smaller screwdriver. There we go. Yeah, getting it slowly. Styrofoam here. That stuff fills up the garbage can pretty fast. And it's probably hiding a lot of the screws that hold a lot of this other stuff down. But where we're at now, this tin here is really no big deal. Got a couple screws there. Probably there's one right up under the motor, so I don't think I'm going to get that at this time with this. So I think I'll focus more on getting this motor out of here. So 2 Phillips right there. And sometimes these Phillips are very easy to strip with a drill like that, so sometimes you have to go down to a hand screwdriver, break them loose. Once they're broke loose, then you can do it the other way. Okay, it looks like we've got a couple of those 5/16, but they're also Phillips under here, but I don't know if I can get in. Yeah, that one worked all right. Couldn't get in square with it. It's a little bit of an angle. Didn't sound good, but it did break it. And I hope you guys are still in view. This thing flips upside down all the time. There's a lot of big pieces in there. The motor's a little different with all that aluminum heat sink around it. So I'm going to have to do one of these days, have me a little motor break-in party. Just a marathon, just break down a bunch of them motors. I got a bunch of them. Lots of good copper waiting to be recovered. Now, if you're not worried about space on your truck or trailer, and if your yard's close by, you don't have to, probably wouldn't have to take this piece off. Just get the stuff as flat as I can so I can get as much weight in the trailer as possible. But there it is, that's off of there. I gotta take my load in about 32 miles, so I use my 16-foot trailer and try to pack it the best I can. The time it takes and the distance and the gas, I try to get the most out of it as I can. I want to thank everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hopefully I did something that you didn't know how to do. Hopefully you learned something. And if you have a better way of doing it, or a better way of doing part of it or something, please share it with me and the others in the comments. Please subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and I want to say thank you to all the subscribers I do have. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I'm getting kind of excited because I'm in that final 100 to get to that 1,000 where I can apply for monetization. Maybe start getting a little compensation back from the channel. But that's not the main thing. I enjoy scrapping, and I have a lot of little tricks that I do, and a lot of people have liked the tips. Several people commented that they like the tips and tricks that I do, and that's what it's all about, helping others. I've learned some pretty neat little tips and tricks from others that left in comments. I'm doing some experimenting with cutting down some of these stators. Usually cutting the ends off of one side of the stator, which most of you know I've been getting in there with an air chisel on the inside and cutting each little group. Other people use an angle grinder to cut it off, and some use a sawzall. Well, I got me a little porta band and used it, stuck this in the vise. I had to move it 2 or 3 times, but it did a pretty clean job. It's just a few little spots where it's kind of not so much frayed or tore the wires out, but just where it didn't cut real super clean. But most of it cut really clean. So, and I'm considering using one of the Harbor Freight horizontal vertical band saws. I'm hoping it'll work good on. It's got a 4x6. I'm still not sure if this will fit all the way. If this will cut all the way down or not. But if I can cut it halfway, turn it over, and cut the other half, that would probably be a lot faster and easier than the air chisel. Of course, on the big ones, I'll probably still have to use the air chisel. And then kind of looking at ways to just, get in there and just split this thing right in half, cut the copper and everything in one sweep. Been watching some videos on the machines they got, but those machines are like $40,000, and I'm not pushing that. I'm not turning that much copper at this time to invest in one of those tools. So I'm just a little scrapper. But you never know whether, you know, that's where you want to be and you work hard to get there, you can get there. You know, you can start out small like this, especially if you're young, and you can end up owning a scrap yard or who knows what. So, you know, just set some small goals, set a goal for, you know, long-term goal and some short-term goals, and go after it. Try to do your best to reach it. Reinvest some of your scrap money back into tooling, into tools, and continue to grow. So anyway, I'm going to get off here. This video is probably long enough, and we'll catch you guys in the next video. So happy scrapping.